Good afternoon and welcome to Muskegon Rotary. I am Jenny Sprague and I have the privilege of serving as your president for this Rotary year. Today's program will be presented by the Boys and Girls Club of Muskegon Lakeshore, and we will start our meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance, a brief transition moment, and a reflection from Tom Palmer. At the end of the meeting, we will recite the four-way test. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So as we do our transition moment today with our monthly theme of transition, I want to share with you a slide that was given to me by Kathy Hegedus. Right here, as you can see, is Neil Armstrong. Did you know astronaut Neil Armstrong, who was the first person to walk on the moon, was also a Rotarian? He belonged to the Rotary Club of Wapakoneta, Ohio, in the United States. Not on the moon. But I would say Rotary's reach is wide. We start with Early Act, we have Interact, Rotaract, we have our club, we have zone, district, and on to RI. But so far, we have not gone out of this world. But who knows? Even though we have a satellite club. So anyway, here is your moment for this week. The pessimist complains about the wind. The optimist expects it to change. The realist adjusts the sails. So, thank you. Tom, time for your reflection, please.
It's amazing how things work out. Jenny had no idea I was going to talk about pessimism and optimism as well, and that's just how it works.
I knew that.
Many of you have probably heard this story before, but I really believe it bears. At the end of the book of James, James talks about not letting us be spotted by the world, or let us be unspotted by the world. And we have to watch the world and not let the negativity get into us. Here's a little story. One day a man was walking along the beach when he noticed a boy picking up and gently throwing things into the ocean. Approaching the boy, he asked, "Young man, what are you doing?" "Throwing starfish back into the ocean. The surf's up and the tide is going out. If I don't throw them back, they'll die," the boy replied. The man laughed to himself and said, "Do you realize there are miles and miles of beach and hundreds of starfish? You can't make any difference." After listening politely, the boy bent down to pick up another starfish and threw it into the surf. Then he smiled to man and said, "I made a difference to that one." So let's be a difference this week.
Thank you, Tom. That was very nice. And serendipitous, we did not plan that. Sit down, enjoy your lunch. We will reconvene around 12:15 and continue. Right? Guests, please come forward. Okay, one more time. I know there are guests because you signed them up. Sure. Thank you. Monica, you get to go first.
I will go
Come on,
first.
Come on up, guys.
Come on over, guests. Yeah. Oh, we're on the camera, so you can see where you are. All right. Hi, I'm Monica Turnbull with Boys and Girls Club. I have with me today one of our board members, Christina Fetcher. She is the, you say it, External Communications.
Yep, Corporate Communications Senior Manager.
For Meyer Corporate. And I also have Richard Vanderput McPherson. He is our Resource Development Director.
Welcome to Rotary. Stephanie?
Hi all, I'm Stephanie Tushak with Lamar Advertising, and today we have Jamie Soa, who is the SIM Director, but also the Director of Student Affairs at Baker College of Muskegon. She serves on Student Council for the City of Norton Shores. Her children are a part of Early Act, hopefully soon Interact at Mona Shores, and today we are having a conversation about resurrecting the Baker College Rotaract Club, which makes her a potential member and club advisor.
I can take your card, and Rem will take your mic. So, thank you. Welcome to Rotary. And you're up, Jenny. All right there, so you're on camera. So,
Good afternoon. I'm Annette Jack, and I'm pleased to have with me today my brother Ralph Wellington, visiting from Philadelphia, and a former Rotary Exchange student a couple of years ago.
yeah, I'm sure it's just recent. Welcome to Rotary. Okay, we do not have student guests until the fall, so we are going into our program. DJ Hilson will introduce our speakers for today. DJ? That's okay. Like I said, I didn't give you much time to swallow.
Good afternoon, Rotarians. Give me 1 second. I was running behind today. I had actually printed this. This is how my day's going. I printed the introduction part out, which is very short. It's not a Bob Skolnick introduction. It's actually a DJ Hilson introduction. I printed it out and fully intended to grab it on my running out the door, and of course I got here, went, crap, it's still on the printer. So give me 1 second here while I find it on my phone. But it is certainly my distinct honor and privilege and pleasure to introduce our speakers today. I've had the honor of being the board president of our local Boys and Girls Club chapter since its inception. And I always tell this story. The reason why I got that position, or I'm assuming I got that position, is that I missed the board meeting when they were electing officers. And they looked around the room and said, well, Hilson's not here, so let's make him president. So, but it's been an awesome ride. So it is an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to introduce the leadership from the Boys and Girls Club of the Muskegon Lakeshore team. Monica Turnbull, who is a Rotary member, Chief Executive Officer, Rachel Fawcett, Chief Operations Officer, and Richard Vanderbutte McPherson, who is our Resource Development Director. They're here to really talk about and update you all on our mission, the programs and services, and most importantly, I'm sure this is what everybody's here to see and hear about, is the much anticipated clubhouse renovations and reopening of that beautiful clubhouse/fitness center, which is coming very soon right here on the Lakeshore. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please come to the podium.
All right, we'll put this at a lower height for those of us that need that.
I can move it up when you're done.
You have heels on, no fair. All right, well, welcome everyone. We're excited to tell you a little bit about what Boys and Girls Club is here in Muskegon County, a little bit about our history and where we're going for the future, and then also tell you, like DJ said, about our clubhouse. So, all right, here we go. To your left. To my left. Oh, thank you very much. Okay. So one thing we want to emphasize to everyone is that this club, Boys and Girls Club of the Muskegon Lakeshore, is for everyone, regardless of age, within the parameters of 6 to 18. But besides that, we're talking about gender, sexual orientation, income level, where you live in the county. Not matter. It doesn't matter what school district you're part of and what school you currently attend. This is a clubhouse for everyone, and that is very important to us at Boys and Girls Club. I'm the one in charge of advancing slides. All right, so you can see here a little bit more details about our history, but very specific. In 2014, we were founded. Chris McGuigan kind of led some of that charge along with Boys and Girls Clubs of America, which is part of our national organization, and community members to raise the funds necessary to be able to open a club here in Muskegon. To open an independent club as part of Boys and Girls Clubs of America, you have to secure $1 million in advance of opening that organization. And because of all of you in our community, we were able to do that. In 2015, we opened our first club site in the basement of Nelson Elementary with 30 students. Oh, hey, Chris, speaking of. So in 2015, we had 30 members in the basement of Nelson Elementary. You can read through a little bit of this, but fast forward, we have a total of 9 sites currently. 5 of those are school sites, so we have a club within the school district in one of their classrooms, and that is space dedicated for our programs. We have 3 summer park sites that we're operating, and then we also have the Bob and Merle Skolnick Clubhouse, which is the building at 900 West Western. So we went from serving 30 youth annually to now over 1,200 unduplicated youth. Yeah. So our mission is to focus on inspiring all young people to reach their full potential. And part of our vision with that is that we are partnering with each of those youth, all young people, to achieve and love their great future. Everyone's great future looks different, but how can we at Boys and Girls Club support that youth and the family to empower them to be the best version of themselves that they can possibly be? And that's part of that is exposing all of our youth to many opportunities that we are all coming from different walks of life. So how can we expose all of our youth to those opportunities so that they have the options to be their best selves? So a little bit about our forward progress. As you know, going from 30 youth to 1,200, and then when we reopen, the clubhouse will go from a capacity of 50 at that site to 300 once we're at full capacity. So as you can see, we're growing at a very fast rate since 2014. We're 9 years old. So one big thing that we're focusing on is our strategic plan for the next 18 months, which is through December of 24. So our program quality, we're very specifically looking at employee retention, enhancing our STEAM programs, and our workforce readiness, which the workforce readiness piece falls into our partnerships, so partnering with schools, communities, and local businesses to make sure that our youth, we're preparing them for the workforce and the future of what's needed for our county. So each business in the area has skill sets that they desire when they're hiring youth, and we want to make sure that if you are hiring a youth from Boys and Girls Club of the Muskegon Lakeshore, you know that they have quality background information, you know that they are ready to be in the workforce and that they have all the skills necessary to be the most desired employees that you could hire. So that is where we're heading. In that, we're also working on our financial stability. Again, we grew very fast, right? So we're working on developing our endowment fund, securing rentals within the clubhouse space, and board restricted funds moving forward. Hand it over. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Adjust this height for me.
Okay.
Okay, so Monica talked a little bit about our program quality and program quality outcomes. For Boys and Girls Club, for our BGCA charter nationally, but also for our club, we have 5 areas of focus. So first of all, character and leadership, and that can be the social emotional learning piece. It can be the leadership opportunities that youth get. It also has some overlap into our other pillars, so education and career development. And that looks different depending on the age of youth we're serving. I will say we have wonderful partnerships with the schools that we're within, and also for the kids that get bused to our clubhouse site. So I know our site directors out at Orchard View, they get a daily report at the middle school level of where the youth are achieving. If they are below a C average, then the youth know, okay, we get extra help, we go to the library. Or if we're above a C average, we get to go do sports and rec right now. And that is just very wonderful communication so that we can look back and then report what is our outcomes and for graduation rates or reducing suspensions. We also focus on health and wellness with the youth. So active lifestyles, physical fitness, nutrition. We have a full-time nutrition program coordinator who teaches the kids and allows them to be exposed to new foods that maybe they wouldn't be. So they do food tastings and food samplings. And when the youth, a part of that is the My Garden curriculum. When they are growing the food, I have watched them go out there and pick the tomatoes off the vine and pick the vegetables. They are so much more willing to eat them than it being given to them. So it's really exposing them to some different things that they might not have tried yet. Arts is physical arts, but it's also the acting and music and trying different instruments. This week, we are doing Broadway boot camp at all of our sites. And I know everyone's looking for something fun to do Friday night before parties in the park. If you would like to go to Broadway Boot Camp and see our McGrath Park perform at 5 p.m. tomorrow, the kids get to learn and experience being in a musical, learn the songs, learn the dance moves, and put on a show at the end of it, and it is so fun. Last year, my own kids didn't get to participate, but they got to attend, and they said, they were just like, wow, how did they learn all of that in 1 week? And for even, a 7-year-old to be recognizing that and thinking, I want to be a part of this, was really neat. So sports and fitness and recreation, we have wonderful partnerships across the community, even from Grand Rapids. We partnered with Chill, and we bus the kids out, and they get to learn how to snowboard. So that exposure to so many different opportunities that they wouldn't get necessarily. So I talk a lot with our leadership team when we talk about what's our proven process. There's sometimes someone might not know what is the Boys and Girls Club and what is it that we do, and we're focusing on that out of school time, and we're focusing on serving all youth, all young people. So this is from our national organization, Boys and Girls Club, but we are focusing on all young people, and then we use outcome-driven club experience. So high-yield activities, targeted programs. We make sure we're looking at what are the community need assessments, and that we also focus on regular attendance. So partnering with the parents or the guardians or aunt, uncle, grandma, whoever that might be. So we have really good communication to say, hey, Bonnie wasn't at club this week. Is everything okay? Figure out, is it a transportation thing? Is there something that we can help with to make sure they're completing those programs? And so our proven process then is that we provide priority outcomes. So we increase our academic success, we create good characters and citizens, and people who are going to live healthy lifestyles. I hit the wrong button. I was told so many times, arrow down, and then I hit the light button. All right, the clubhouse. Oh, I'm so excited. So when we look at the clubhouse, or the XY, as some people call it, or the old Lakeshore Fitness Center, but it will forever, from here on out, be the clubhouse. And I will never hear the XY again, or the old Y. I know it. No one will ever make that mistake. So when we look at that building as a whole, the clubhouse, get it in now, the clubhouse, it is one building. It's an inclusive place for all. The Bob and Meryl Skolnick, the Boys and Girls Club, it has its own entrance on that side of the building that is totally safe and secure. It creates a place for kids kindergarten through 12th grade to come after school and get academic support, do the STEM programming, do the art programming, learn to swim, have access to a pool, learn to kayak, learn boater safety. In the other side of the building, and this is on the next slide, I'll get to some of the sustainability and the model for our community, but we have the Neal Fitness Center. So still utilizing this large space and building and having a community component of supporting the health and wellness. And we're very excited that we've continued to partner with iMove, and they will be in the building as well on the same side as the fitness center. So basically, everyone, when we say all people and all youth, I know I'll see all of you there all the time. So I'd love to talk a little bit about the clubhouse and its community impact model. So if we think of the clubhouse as that one building, and we think about what can we change in our community. I'm already 2 pages ahead. I don't know why I wrote notes. So when we look at our health, whether it's an individual or a community, 50% of our health is made up of our health behaviors. So that's our physical activity, that's what we eat. Do we smoke? Do we drink? What do we do? When we look at the other part of our health, 20% is our genetics. We can't change that. You can't change who your mom and dad were, what genes you have, that is permanent. 20% is where you are, where you live, what are you exposed to in the environment, who are you around, some amount of change, and then 10% is your access to medical care. Do you have access to preventative care? Do you have access to physicians? So what we can change is really 80%. The only thing we can't impact in our community and in our individual lives is our genetics. So I love the idea that here's this building that is filling a huge need in our community and in our own personal lives. Whether that's because we have kids that are going to be directly impacted, or it's impacting our families or our own health. It is creating a model that will improve our community health outcomes. So our youth will be supported through the clubhouse. We know that's going to support them out of school. It's going to help their graduation rates. It's going to expose them to career development, job opportunities. When they go through workforce readiness, they get the opportunity to learn all different kinds of trades. Right now, we partner with the City of Muskegon, so our youth are actually employed through us. They learn how to do their tax forms. They learn how to do time cards. They learn how to do payroll. They get on-site supervision from the Boys and Girls Club. The city doesn't have to hire 10 new people to work and clean up the parks all summer, and they reimbursed us for what it cost us to pay those teens. So it's a wonderful model there. So a gap we have, and we talk a lot across our community, but what happens when kids are 18, they graduate high school, this support system that was there is gone. It's been talked about at the national level, and having this clubhouse that we will all be a part of, every single one of us in this room, now we have a place that those 18-year-olds, they've graduated high school, they learned to swim in that pool, they played basketball in that gym, can have a community that was there to support them, and they can become members of the Neal Fitness Center. So they're still in that building, it's still familiar, and there's a way to keep them engaged and going on those healthy lifestyles and those pathways. And we have our Muskegon community. So the Neal Fitness Center is going to be made up of families. It will be our club kids, parents, and families. It will also be all of you. And so those Neal Fitness Center members are going to increase their health, and they're going to be more aware and more supportive of our Boys and Girls Club. Because of that, we then feed back into the youth. When you're a part of it, you're aware, you're seeing what's happening, then we increase that attendance back at the club. Okay, I'm done. Let Richard go.
Good afternoon, everyone. So now you want to know the ways that you can be involved with the Boys and Girls Club. Hearing all of this wonderful information, we've been around for 9 years, celebrating 10 years in 2024. There's many, many ways that you can just easily be involved with the Boys and Girls Club. The first one is open your phone and go to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. Find bgclubmuskegon.com, follow us, like us. We share information on all of our club sites, youth field trips, experiences with STEAM programming, the arts programming, anything regarding our mission, and any of the special events that we have. If any of you attended Parties in the Park a couple weeks ago, DJ was donating a dragon selling tickets, and it was wonderful. We had raised over $11,000 in that night for Boys and Girls Club. So follow us on social media. We're always sharing things on a weekly basis. Number 2, we're always looking for volunteers, whether it is helping out at our clubs, supporting us through fundraisers. There's many ways to get involved. If you go to bgclubmuskegon.com/volunteer, there's an easy online form, and our curriculum director will reach out to you for more information. Our clubs run from after-school programming, but also during the summer from 12 to 5, and we're always looking for support for volunteers. Number 3, as Rachel said, we all would love to join the Neal Fitness Center. So on the table is a brand new brochure that showcases everything that will be at the Neal Fitness Center. This includes our new Boost Bar as well as the Aquatic Center. Now, we have heard a lot of rumors, a lot of questions. Is the pool going to be reopened? Yes, it will, but we are still short from our original capital campaign. So in September, when we open programming back up, October when we start Neal Fitness Center memberships, the pool will not be open. But our goal is targeted spring 2024, possibly sooner. So we are still short $3 million from our original campaign. So if you have anybody that's interested in that pool, has a story about that pool, took swimming lessons in that pool, it is one of the only 2 pools in the community that we have that will be available to the public. We'll have community open swim sessions, we'll have free swim lessons, we'll have kayaking lessons, sailboat lessons. I've heard so many stories since joining in December with the Boys and Girls Club. One of our board members told me his mom told him, "We live so close to the water, there is no reason you should not know how to swim." And he took swimming lessons there. So check out our capital campaign. We do have a separate website for that. It is clubhousemkg.com. There you can find information on all of our partners that will be in the clubhouse, including our partner iMove, the Teen Zone, Boys and Girls Club, and Yale Fitness Center. The final, and we invite all of you to this exciting event. Where is the clicker? Oh. I might have broken it. Is our community open house. So Thursday, August 24th, if you'd like to save the date, from 4:30 to 6:30, we invite every single person here, your friends, your family, your colleagues, to come on down and check out the community open house. We will be opening the doors to the brand new clubhouse at 900 West Western. So we will be doing a formal ribbon cutting at 4:45 with the Muskegon Lakeshore Chamber. Tours, youth activities, we will have staff in all of our areas so you can get questions answered. We invite you all to this wonderful new space that will be a community asset for all of us, a place to create, a place to learn, a place to grow, a place to become. Thank you.
Go away. I know there'll be questions.
We're not running.
Open for questions. I know they were thorough. I couldn't come.
I know you have them. Darlene. Hi.
I want to go.
Go ahead.
No, just kidding. I'm pretty sure, depending on the question.
You probably would anticipate me asking this question, but can you tell me you did not mention the mentoring potential?
You want me to talk about it? Go ahead.
The Hope Network one.
Yeah. So we work on mentoring in group settings. So one of the questions we get often is, how are we different from Big Brothers Big Sisters? Boys and Girls Club has the curriculum-based outcomes and the proven outcomes that Rachel touched on. And we also have a mentoring program that is in a group setting. In Boys and Girls Club, we are never one-on-one with the youth. We are always multiple youth, multiple staff in any setting. So Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Lakeshore is transitioning to become part of Big Brothers Big Sisters of Southwest Michigan. So we will be leasing one of our cubicle spaces to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Southwest Michigan so that we can have that one-on-one peer mentorship as well as our group mentorship. So with that collaboration, we'll make sure there's a continuum of care between our proven outcome programs, but also that social connection that they can have with their one-on-one big little mentorship.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice job. Let's say that maybe there's a couple people here that would benefit from joining a fitness center. Can you talk briefly about what cool stuff is there in that fitness center, classes, and all the stuff?
So much. Plus, there's some great physical therapists right down the hall if you need a referral. So.
Some are kind of clumsy.
Yeah, so our in the fitness center side, there will be options for families to join. For Silver Sneakers, we actually have a really great contract with Silver Sneakers. Historically in the community, it has been a money loser, but maybe this post-COVID, they have just been the best negotiations this time. So we're really excited about that partnership. But group fitness classes for all levels, gentle yoga, Pilates, Zumba, step aerobics. The pool will have the aquatic classes in it when it reopens. The learn to swim lessons will start back up again in the pool. We get calls daily, at least, about my kids need to learn to swim. Now they never have, and where can they get swim lessons? It's a huge need. Across West Michigan. So we'll definitely have the swim lessons. We'll have personal training available as well. And it will be a full access facility. So all inclusive membership of having your, oh yeah, there is a sauna.
That's not a big question.
That's a hot topic as well. Literally hot topic. You guys, come on.
Susan Crane. I have some nieces and nephews, great nieces and nephews that live in Norton Shores. What is the like if they joined as a 6 or 7 year old, Do they come a certain number of days? Is there a
Great
fee?
question.
What does that look like?
Yeah, so there is not a fee for Boys and Girls Club. We are fully grant funded and donor funded. We serve all youth in Muskegon County. And sometimes in the summer, that also means that they temporarily live in the county. We have youth that come from out of town that live with grandma or grandpa all summer. So we see an increase in enrollment that way. But absolutely, we do see youth from Norton Shores, and it's something that we are working on as we get ready to reopen. What does that collaboration and transportation look like? So the vision and dream is that these schools that maybe have 20 pickup spots in the morning for the bus, like Shores, we're out of district for them to drop off after school. However, if we have a list of 20 kids then that all need to go to the clubhouse after school because mom and dad work and they want them to have high quality programming, then that bus only needs to make one stop at 900 West Western. So we already get busing from Three Oaks, Bunker, from Muskegon Middle. The kids get dropped off directly. So working through the logistics and communication and with transportation from schools outside of the district. Absolutely, parents can drop them off. Yeah, so we want them to come regularly. That's a part of our proven process. If they don't come regularly and they're only showing up one time a month, then we don't see the outcome. So it could be that they come Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because we know Tuesday and Thursday they have dance or something, and that's totally acceptable too.
I heard you mention teen zone.
Yeah.
Please explain.
So in the clubhouse, that is what it is labeled as the teen zone for ages 13 and up. So the teen space, they have a academic space where they can go and focus on the schoolwork and getting help and tutoring. They have a program space where they learn different programs. They have speakers come in. They do things like Money Matters or Smart Girls, and they do curriculum-based programming there. And then they also have a quiet space that is specifically designed for the teen zones with big windows and clear glass doors so that if they need quiet space, it's also appropriate.
Could you share the details of your capital campaign, how much you need to raise, how much you've got?
I'll let you explain that further.
I'll step into that. So we have currently secured either in pledges or in cash $8.2 million. We have a gap of $3 million. So the $3 million gap includes to finish what we are already completing with the clubhouse and also finish the parking lot, the pool, and the gymnasium. Those three spaces were not touched in the original campaign growth. As you all know, cost of construction has gone up significantly, so that's part of where that larger gap is coming from what we had originally fundraised to start this project and the gap that we have to fund the project that we currently have. We had discussion at a board level and with staff too. There's such a need in our community that it is necessary that we open with that. We are waiting to start the pool project, the gym and parking lot until we have secured that funding. So that's our gap is $3 million. We have a couple of things in the pipeline. So we're in the event that we secure extra funding, our goal is to build that financial sustainability and have an endowment fund for the clubhouse so that we are able to support operations annually for that building. One thing we didn't touch on with the clubhouse, one significant difference is we've completely gutted the internal workings of the building. So we have a geothermal system that goes down into the ground maintains a temperature of about 55 degrees. So we are heating and cooling the building from that. So what that will look like is that at a minimum, we are reducing the utility costs in that building by at least 30% up to 60%. So significant savings in utilities by us making that initial investment in the geothermal system prior to us opening. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
So thank you very much for an excellent program. Subjects we all are near and dear to our hearts from when the concept first came up. To thank you for presenting to us today, Muskegon Rotary will make a contribution to Hand Wash. There's a banner behind you. Hand Wash is a cooperative initiative between Terra Nueva and Haiti and the Champion Rotary District 6290 to provide clean water, sanitation, and hygiene in rural areas of Haiti. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Bye-bye. Okay, this is time in our program where we celebrate some birthdays. Not by singing to you, but inviting you to contribute to the Rotary Caring Connection. The birthdays that we acknowledge this week are Don Crandall on July 27th, Steve Tomzak on July 28th. We got it right this time, Steve. Joan Schmidt, July 31st. Jane Johnson, August 1st, and Rita Cavanis, August 3rd. There are envelopes available for your $10 gift to the Caring Connection, or there's a QR code. You're welcome to use that. And just a note from the Caring Connection Committee, they can't do their work unless you let them know about your fellow Rotarians that have significant life events going on in their lives. And so we appreciate you letting the committee know. And you can do it through Mary Ann Gorman or Lisa Stafford, and we appreciate your support. Thank you. Okay. Our next up, we have our member spotlight. This week, it is Christy Nagengest.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Christine Nagengast, and I'm currently the treasurer for the Muskegon Rotary Club. I've been a member for a little over 3 years, and actually joined during that pandemic hiatus where we all gathered virtually. I have been married to Don for 38 years, and we moved to Muskegon about 11 years ago. We came here because of my position with Trinity Health, and we've really enjoyed living in the community. Some of the work that I've done with the Rotary over the years that I've been a member has been in volunteering on specific events, but then for the last year, I've actually been the treasurer. So I've had an opportunity to really get to know the Muskegon Rotary Club much better. Knowing all the financial ins and outs has been a great opportunity to know what the organization does and how we raise funds and where we invest them in our community. And I have to say, I'm so proud to have been able to do this because the organization is just top notch. And I get so many comments from community members when we are at an organizational event for Rotary, like the recent Juneteenth event. People are just really impressed with all we do and how we help the community. One other thing I'd like to share is how much I've enjoyed being the treasurer, and that it's really been a great way, talking about transitioning from working, really since I was about 15 years old until I recently retired. That's a big transition, and being the treasurer has really helped to give me a real purpose and something to focus on and to feel still important as I retired. So that's been a great opportunity as well.
Thank you, Christy, and thank you, Mike Vogus. He's graciously recorded all our member spotlights, and we appreciate that. Next month, we are transitioning to a new theme, which will be membership and extension. So stay tuned for more videos. This week, we have no inductions and no Paul Harris Fellow Awards. So I'm going to move on to announcements. I know a couple people want to make an announcement, so if you could come up, I would appreciate it. But I'm going to lead off. One is a housekeeping one. There's a lot of paperwork on your tables today, so it's the perfect time to make this announcement. When the meeting is concluded, if you could please pick up your paperwork, that's a big help to the staff here. And if you have stuff that you want Rotary to keep in mind, we do have a table back there for community announcements, and you're welcome to put them there, and then we can keep those out for your members to look at each week. So thank you for that. Rewind does not meet this week, but they will be meeting again next week. I'll tell you about that then. And we are beginning to work on our membership directory. If you could please review your profile on Club Runner, that would be appreciated. Club Runner is our source for what appears in our directory, and we want to ensure that your profile is correct and reflects what you want. There'll be more on that next week too, something fun. And Steve, I use you as our example where you went and fixed your profile because there was a typo, and we had celebrated you twice this month. So, yay you. You are welcome. And I think, as I said, I really appreciate it. You guys did this. You let me know ahead of time so that we can plan for you for your announcements. So take it away, guys.
So Roger, I'm glad to see that you made it back to Muskegon from Beaver Island with your prop this time.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
And while gone, we launched Harvest Fest.
Yes, we did. It launched even with us being on Beaver Island. Amazing. So one of the things we're asking for, so Harvest Fest, you've seen it in the rim. You'll keep seeing it in the rim because I have a special pipeline to the rim. Among the great photos I take, I also write for them. We need silent auction items. We're looking for maybe 6, 8 fun things, such as maybe a plane ride around Muskegon. You got a spare condo in Tahoe or maybe Beaver Island, and you want to give it up for a week? Let us know. We want to give some great experiences when people are at Harvest Fest on October 26th at the Sim.
And just this morning, Peg and I got our tickets for Harvest Fest. You too can. You'll see it in the rim. It is a Eventbrite, and please join us at the Muskegon Sim on the 26th. We're from 5 until 9. Yep. It's open house, great food, great drink, great networking and friends, and a great cause. Thanks.
And I know, yeah, we didn't rehearse this because we've been on vacation. Coming back from vacation really stinks, even when you're retired. We need sponsors. In fact, members of the sponsorship committee, you know who you are. Thank you for volunteering. We're going to be meeting after the club meeting, and if you'd like to join the sponsorship committee, see us in the back of the room. This will be in the rim, I think, as well. The sponsorship levels, we've got everything from $300 to $10,000. So after you write that check to the Boys and Girls Club, you're welcome. Write a smaller check to Harvest Fest, help us defray some of our costs. Reed Muskegon is our primary beneficiary this year, but a lot of other good things that the Muskegon Rotary Foundation funds will be possible with having this event. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. One clarification, that is October 26th. You just said the 26th.
Andrew Cutler with the Parties in the Park Committee. I want to say first thank you for those that have already volunteered. We're about halfway to our, yeah, I know, we're making good progress. We're a little over halfway on our volunteers, so I'm going to send the link out again. If you already volunteered, thank you, but you're going to see it again. Please volunteer. A lot of second shift stuff is still open. We don't stay out late. It's not late. Second shift starts at 6:45. So please volunteer. It's coming up quick, August 18th. It's going to be a great time.
Thank you, Andrew. And a couple groups in the club, thank you for demonstrating how you can do a sign-up through the sign-up. So good work there. I wrote myself a giant note. Now we have the raffle with Josh Silvis. What's first, Josh? $20. 631. Okay, it's got to be somebody. $624. Yay! Congratulations, Scott.
For $10, 696.
696 for $10. Oh, in the back of the room. Is that Bob Lukens? You are backlit. I can't tell for sure. So. Bob Lukens, all right. Congratulations. And your refund, $5 drawing for? 646. Oh, right over here. Hey, congratulations. Is that Mike? Mike Weese's? Okay, thank you so much, Josh. Okay, just a couple more minutes, folks. Next week's programs will be Parkland Properties, an update on the Shaw Walker redevelopment project with John Rooks. And if you will rise, we will close our meeting with the four-way test. Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? We are adjourned. Go enjoy the week and create hope in the world.